Hello everybody and welcome back to another Lightning Bliss EDK TF2 critique react of the TF2 analysis series Anarchy, created by Scorcher and Dr. Wolf. Yeah, I'm a little woo because BrodyCon is vastly approaching and I am extremely nervous about it, if you can tell, because I'm like fidgeting and I'm obviously not getting my words right today, so. And I'm on my second cup of coffee. That's probably not helping. Oh well. I need to wake up. I need to be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go. So, next up for critiquing is the video TF2 Stop Helping Me. And this features Finn the Pony. Now, Finn is obviously a big fan of Adventure Time. I mean, I've seen the show myself, and I never really got into it, but I hear it's a good show, and it's got interesting plots to it. Anyway, Finn is a character in real life, as well as through his avatar, his OC, that he likes to help others a lot, and he's just the sweetest guy, you know, and it's really cool how he came onto the scene and how all his help was implemented into a plot that kind of was inconveniencing everybody else, but his heart was in the right place, and that's what we love him for it. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Have it all ready to go. And 3, 2, 1, go. That text is still bad. I don't care how many times I've said it. Stop helping me!
So, Finn, based on this application, I can clearly see that you're incredibly enthusiastic about applying for the position of Blue Team Manservant. You do realize this job involves intense amounts of manual labor, correct?
Not to worry, Doc. I'm prepared for the worst of the worst.
Mic quality was a little rough there, but I have no control over that. However, I will point out that Finn's vectors were all made by me. Originally, Finn the Pony's vectors were pixelated. It was his style at the time, and unfortunately, it was not gonna fit with this project. So, basically, I volunteered to redo his vectors in my style, because it fits in the show a lot better.
Well, we'll be seeing him later.
Whoa, I'll take that empty bottle off your hands, sweetie.
Huh? Wait, Finn,
Don't you worry about it, sweetie. I always remember to recycle. Keeps this planet of ours a living.
But...
Okay, and as you can see, I think I've implemented more on the fact that people are now talking with their mouths open this time.
Medic, I need that.
Oh, and I made my own vectors for KP because I felt like I needed more, and at this point I was feeling bad about asking Vector every time I needed more vectors. Oh, Finn is a little tall here. I keep forgetting that keyframe and Silver are the tallest here, so Finn needs to be a lot smaller.
There you go, good as new. Now, let's see who else needs my help.
But yeah, this is when I officially started making vectors, my own vectors, and recreating the ones Vector Brony made. This is when I started doing it.
I didn't drop medical school for nothing. I swear, by the end of this, someone besides me is gonna be mummified.
He burnt my shake.
Ah, so it begins, the milkshake
What?
joke.
Don't act like you guys never wanted to be served food in the battlefield.
Every pony, please try to calm down. I'll see what I can do about this.
One hot tea with 2 sugars and small twist of lemon.
And I was also trying to implement different camera angles too.
Thank you, Doctor.
So I was starting to practice with that more.
Manservant?
Oh, I did a blur effect here because we're focusing on them in the back.
And we're the butt of it.
I never used that effect again though, for some reason.
Please just go back to training.
How do you even burn a shake?
I've honestly never felt like a true team player until this day. I'm sure it made quite the difference in the lives of my blue buddies.
Proportions are still off here.
I'd say that, but perhaps your eagerness in providing help to others would be best suited in a different fashion.
What do you mean?
I I think I may just have the perfect job for you.
Oh, there's me.
Great. Just great. Might as well paint a target on my flank.
Spencer, going up.
Ah, there we go.
Oh,
Much better.
thanks, Finn. Thought I was a goner there for sure.
And again, even my size is a bit off here.
If we follow my plan, we'll have this match in the bag.
I should have implemented that scale sooner.
Does this PDA come with GPS? Okay, go.
What was I thinking?
So, what exactly was your plan here, Gobstopper?
What? Don't I make a cute little distraction?
Nice.
Thanks for the tell it, Finn.
Don't worry. This will just hurt a lot.
Clever girl.
Jurassic Park reference.
Well done.
And there you have it. Finn the Pony joins the team. I had way too much fun with my little...
We're still getting
Oh.
a manservant, right?
No.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Okay, proportions there were a lot better, so what gives? Huh. Oh, so many times I've had issues with proportions, and I just wish I could have made that scale a lot sooner. Meh. I mean, the thing with my poses is that I originally said that Lightning Bliss was smaller than the average alicorn. In other words, she was basically the size of an average pony mare, and she was smaller than Twilight despite being an alicorn. So, but everybody kind of misunderstood me when I said that and assumed, oh, I'm smaller than an average mare. And so everybody just started assuming I was smaller. And it got to a point where the entire community was saying that, and I'm like, alright, I'll roll with it. I'll make her slightly smaller than the average mare. And so I've only came to this conclusion by telling everybody, okay, fine, she's smaller than the average mare, she's very small for an alicorn too, and she's small by a few inches. And that's it. I'm not making her any smaller than that. I mean, she's still taller than a filly. So, yeah. Anyway, going back to the video. It's funny how Finn wanted to do nothing more than help everybody else. And in real life, he is like that a lot. He's always checking on me when I'm in a rough mood or having a rough time. And, I mean, he even told me his, currently he has 2 jobs, and one of them is being a lifeguard, and the other is being the nurse at his school, because he's studying to be a doctor. Dr. Wolf? Finn the Pony studied to be a doctor. Anyway, he wanted to be the engineer from the very start. I remember him telling me, because it matched to his personality, because he's a lot calm, and the engineer is supposedly a lot calmer too. That's why Dr. Wolf is also the engineer. Yeah, and that was basically it. The challenge was officially a first time for me to make another puppet for someone else for this project, because I didn't want to burden Vector Brony, and it got to a point where, actually I think it was at one point, Vector Brony had to step out of the picture because he had his job and he's in the military. Thank you for serving, sir. Anyway, so when he stepped out, we didn't have a vector artist to help us to create more vectors for the show, so Dr. Wolf and Josh were kind of in a bind to find somebody else, so I could still do the editing. And I think that was at that time when this episode came around that we didn't have Vector Brony anymore. And, we did have another artist come in to help us with the vectors. Unfortunately, I mean, he did really great work, but he didn't do it in a real fast pace, and unfortunately, I tend to work in a fast pace. And I got a little antsy, I think, after the last episode, and I was worried about getting projects done on time. I love working on these, and I want to keep it going all the time. So, I finally just told Doc, let me do the vector work. I can handle it. And he said, you're already doing enough. You're doing the editing. You're doing the editing. Don't worry about it. You're already doing the effects. Please don't worry about it. And I said, I don't like waiting for people. I don't. I don't like having to wait and rely on somebody else when I am capable of doing the work myself. Yeah, it might be harder on me, but I also enjoy the kind of work too. So I kind of just flatly asked, let me try. And he said, okay, but if I were to get overworked at any time, I needed to let him know. And of course, well, at least to me, I didn't feel like I was being overworked. I was having fun with it. Of course, everybody was watching me at this point, making sure I wasn't getting overworked. And yeah, so I made the vectors for Finn the Pony, and then from there on out, I started making more vectors kind of to help myself along with the project because I needed more. So I needed vectors for KP. I made more vectors of her. I needed more vectors for 2 Critic. I made more for him. The cycle kind of repeated itself. It's gotten to a point now where I have almost every single puppet of the TF2 team. Almost. Like, I have one for Firebrand, but it's kind of weird looking. It's slightly off from vector style, and I need to fix it. I don't have one of Dr. Wool because his is a little more complicated. I did make a puppet of Silver Quill, but not in the TF2 style, but I could still implement it. I recently made a puppet of Eliora. I still need to implement TF2 stuff onto her puppet. I have Keyframe now. I have Golden Fox. I have Thespio, but he's not coming till later. So yeah, this was the beginning stage of me implementing my own vector artwork into the series. But I will go on record and say that Vector Brony has not left the production team. He's just busy off and on, and I don't like to bug him too much for helping me with vectors when I could create them myself. So the only time I really ask him for vectors is when I need something a little bit more special, like, say, robots, or Dr. Wolf, or Silver Quill, stuff like that. But if I'm capable of making vectors for everybody else, I don't bother to ask him. So, yeah. It might be more work for myself, but I really don't care. So, yep, that was Stop Helping Me. I really liked the video. I really enjoyed the antics that Finn created because all he was trying to do was help, and I'm glad he's part of the team now. And I look forward to seeing him at BronyCon. Finn. So, on that note, I am Lightning Bliss. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction and critique. Y'all keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile.